Deep within the lap of the mighty Himalayas rests an unending stretch of paradise. Ladakh, quite aptly regarded as an abode of the gods. A picturesque, serene land, kept secure from the ravages of time. And yet, on that fateful August night of 2010, Ladakh's guardian angel blinked. And in a flash of that cruel second, a massive cloudburst unleashed merciless havoc on God's own children deep in their sleep. Within minutes, raging torrents of water, mudslides, and free-falling debris swept away homes, crops, and any structure that dared stand in the way of nature's fury. A devastation of such scale had never before been witnessed at Ladakh in living memory. No sooner did IDBI Bank become aware of the full magnitude of the calamity, it resolved to play a proactive role in the rehabilitation of Ladakh region as part of its CSR initiative. Because whether it is to do with seizing opportunities in nation building or responding to disasters that impact the common man, IDBI has consistently demonstrated the will to act with alacrity and rise to the occasion.
As a premier DFI, IDBI had a glorious role in nation building and laid the groundwork for industrial development in the country. Our bank's proactive intervention to help reconstruct the lives and livelihood in the 2010 flash floods ravaged Taru village is in keeping with the corporate philosophy.
Taru is a small compact village inhabited by 500 odd people, but we found that it was totally devastated in those floods. Its infrastructure had been shattered, people had lost their livelihoods, whatever community mechanisms were there, they had also been, I would say, destroyed in that tragedy. We thought this is the place where we should actually work out a reconstruction plan and build it into a model village.
The task was daunting and fraught with multiple challenges. The bank soon realized it would need the expertise of seasoned players in the field of relief and rehabilitation, and the presence of a local body well acquainted with the situation on the ground.
When we looked around, we found that Tata Institute of Social Sciences, they had been doing good work in that area, and they had done it in collaboration with the local administration and the Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council.
It is not only a restoration and a rehabilitation work only, it concerns more with the future. It's slightly futuristic, whereby we would like to evolve a model village for the rest of the area, rest of state and country.
IDBI was clear from day one that why it is important to demonstrate a model village. And they had an idea. The idea being that can we develop a village as a model village for rehabilitation where not only improve the physical conditions of clearing the land of boulders and making agriculture possible, but also to create housing of a durable kind. That was second important part of the initiative. And the third is to create a sense of ownership among the people that life can be rebuilt and things can become better.
The primary objective of this unique partnership was to rebuild Taru as a model village through a set of predetermined program activities. A model that would, on successful completion, set an example for similar reconstruction initiatives in future. The immediate need to get Taru village back on its feet required an out-of-the-box approach. After much deliberation it was agreed that the right approach would be to devolve the reconstruction task to the village communities and empower them to plan and execute their own rehabilitation.
We have adopted a bottoms-up approach to the reconstruction process, wherein the local Gram Panchayat and the Gram Sabha is actually driving the process of planning, implementation and monitoring of the project. To my mind, the ownership and attendant responsibility it fosters are critical ingredients for any successful turnaround.
The great part about this, which I thought was really something wonderful, was the involvement of the Panchayat, was the involvement of the Gram Sabhas. The Sarpanch with whom I have had a lot of occasion to move around, I was really taken in by the interest he showed, by his ability to actually tell me how many bags of cement had actually gone into that work till that point of time. So it occurred to me that the involvement of the local people was something that had fused in with the efforts that they were doing, and that's really heartening.
Within weeks of the MOU being signed by the bank with TISS, the following tasks were completed as a precursor to the program implementation: analysis of district-level plans of lay and a needs assessment for village Taru, developed by piloting a community-based disaster risk management approach. Several capacity-building workshops were conducted for the Sarpanches of the Ladakh region. The aim was to strengthen community mechanisms and consolidate learnings of Panchayat leaders on various themes of development and governance. Further, workshops of various women's self-help groups were undertaken, and a database of women's self-help groups in Leh district developed to help evolve effective strategies for women's development. Some of the key activities underway include debris removal, restoration of agri-infrastructure and revival of livelihood, restoration of irrigation canals and development of wasteland, restoration of water reservoir tank, development of 2 link roads and footbridges. On confirmation of completion of a set of tasks, the village Sarpanch requisitions the bank for funds for the next set of activities.
जो हमारे मोहल्ले में 3 रिप्रेजेंटेटिव मतलब जो सुपरवाइजर देखने के लिए रखे हैं, तो वो रिपोर्ट देते हैं हमको डेली सर। तो हम और आपके टीज के जोड़गे साहब हम कांटेक्ट रखते हैं, जो ईजर का रिक्वायरमेंट होते हैं, किसी चीज़ का पढ़ते हैं तो वो लोग हमको बताते हैं, जैसे बाजरी हो गया, क्रेड हो गया, सीमेंट हो गया.
It is to the credit of the bank that they were able to put together, plan the whole effort and ensure that what they spend here really gets utilized as a sustainable effort, something that's really concrete on the ground that will create permanent assets. And therein lies the value of what is happening here.
In order to extend this initiative of ours to other areas of Ladakh, we continue to expand our presence there. We are soon going to establish our full-fledged branch in Leh, which will become the nodal point for looking after this and the other initiatives that we are going to take in times to come.
As chairman of IDBI Bank, it is my privilege and pleasure to be associated with such a noble cause. Needless to add, IDBI Bank will continue to contribute immensely as a responsible corporate citizen.